The Barber Vintage Motorcycle Museum outside of Birmingham is the largest collection of motorcycles on the planet. And right behind me is just one example of the scope of this thing. It's a 4-story stack of motorcycles, and it's really just the tip of the iceberg.
My name is George Dennis, the president of Zoom Motorsports. So in the museum, it's an amazing place. 5 levels. I believe the count now is over 1,400 vintage motorcycles. Just spend the day wandering through. There's no other museum like it on the planet. It is an amazing place, and even if you don't care that much about motorcycles, to walk through that facility and see all those bikes, it's jaw-dropping. It truly is.
At the museum, they have every kind of bike from everywhere. Just behind me, you can see a Triumph from Great Britain, a Harley Davidson right here from the United States, and that yellow bike behind me, that's a Honda from Japan. We got really lucky because we are in the basement of the Barber Vintage Motorcycle Museum, and they rarely open this place, this part of the museum, only 4 or 5 times of the year, and this happens to be the weekend of the Vintage Motorcycle Festival. So they've opened it up to make sure all the people coming for that get to see this rare collection of cars and motorcycles.
The world's largest collection of vintage Lotus race cars. What Mr. Barber's done is truly amazing. And I would urge everyone to come here, please spend some time inside of that museum and just see the wonders and the collection that he has amassed over the years. So he built the museum, and the track was built later on. And we decided at that point we need to start bringing events to it. There's so many rare bikes. There's so many one-of-a-kind bikes. There's steam-powered bikes in that museum. There's Indians that are Harleys from the 1920s. So we had a lot of people that want to donate their bikes. They don't want to just sell them to someone. Who knows what happens after that. They don't just want to park them in their garage. So they do take donated bikes, and they go on display, and they live in the museum. That museum will last forever. They'll live there forever. They get these bikes, and sometimes they're in really bad shape and really need a lot of repair, and it's hard to find parts, for a 1940 Norton or something. So they have a full restoration department in the basement of the museum, where they'll take those bikes and then bring them back to the glory that they were as they rolled off of an assembly line floor or a showroom floor. It is a living museum, so it's everything in there. It's gas and oil on track in 15 minutes. And they're not just mechanics, they're actually artists.
There's a lot more going on at the Barber Motorsports Park here year-round. If you'd like to find out what's going on, go to the Biker Dad blog at WKRG.com. In Birmingham, Alabama, this is Chris Best for the Biker Dad blog.